welcome to today's bonus episode of our Dollar Fruit spawner right here. So just for you to know, this is recorded after the notifier video, okay? And in today's video right here, we will deal with the harvest system, which could be another spawner method. So I don't know about you guys, but I used to play Roblox games actively back then from 2012 all the way to 2019, 18, so around that time. And back then we had a lot of One Piece games. For example, One Piece Online, which had this harvest system. And let me explain to you what it is. So imagine this tree has a bunch of fruits on it, okay? And then once you click on the fruit, you either receive the fruit itself, or there's a small chance of you receiving a dollar fruit, okay? So that was basically the harvest system. And if you think about it, there's nothing else than let's take a look inside of here, then our system right here, okay? Without this spawning part, but this system with our table, with our rarity pick fruit, so the two-stage pick system, and then, you know, instead of spawning the fruit somewhere, the fruit just wanders into your backpack. So that is similar to this, okay? But we will create all of these now. So what you want to do is let's take this actually, and then let's add some spheres inside of here. I'm gonna make them red, and I'm gonna make the shape ball, okay? And this represents a fruit, for example, okay? So there is one thing you really should do, and that is to give them the name fruit, okay? And call this leaves, okay? That is very important. Please call this leaves, and please call this fruit, and place each fruit inside of this leaves part, okay? Please do that, otherwise this will not work. Now you can feel free to just duplicate and position it where you guys want to. This is now completely up to you. There we go. Now the next step is to put a click detector inside of all of these. Click detector. Oh my god. You cannot insert objects when there are multiple selections. That used to work. It doesn't work anymore. Oh my god. Well, yeah. Just insert a click detector instead of one fruit. Make sure to lower the max activation distance to something pretty low. And then copy one of them, paste it into all of them. There we go. There we go, guys. So what this click detector now does, let me actually anchor all of these. They're not anchored. I'm sure they're not anchored. Yeah. Anchor at false. There we go. So what happens now is that when we go to this tree, okay, yeah, the tree is too big. Let me shrink it down. Yeah, that's good. So what happens is that I'm able to click on it. Okay, apparently not. Well, never mind. Let's just do the following. Wait, let me duplicate this and let me call this the FR vest. Okay. Now let's click on that script. As you can see, we are still gonna keep all of these. We are gonna get rid of this. We are gonna get rid of this. Wait, let me actually do the following. For IV in pairs, workspace, get descendants, do. If v.name equals fruit and v.parent dot name equals leaves, then v click detector mouse click connect function print clicked. Okay, so this will follow later on. Nah, this script won't work. This script won't work. Oh, it does. Okay, I just wanted to test whether this click detector works or not. So don't mind this going crazy right now. But yeah, the click detector does work fine, and that is good. So if the transparency equals 0, then so let me write this down and then I'm gonna explain this to you. There we go. Nice one. Oh, I forgot to delete the rest right here. Let me quickly delete it. Otherwise, this will go crazy. Okay. So this is not done yet. There's still a small thing we have to add, but this is how things are gonna look like. So, okay, did work. But the percentage, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, we had 13 clicks. Okay, so I was just lucky then. Fruit. Yeah, works fine. That is good. Okay. Let me actually finish this and then I'm gonna explain everything in depth. everything, literally everything, guys. So, game, get service, tween service, create, between info new, one, enum, easing style line near, enum, easing direction out, transparency 1, and make this whole thing play. Coroutine, come on. Coroutine, resume, coroutine, create function. There we go. And after, I don't know, let's create a new variable right here. I'm gonna be explaining it for you guys. Do not worry, please do not worry. Max harvest respawn time could be, I don't know, let's put it at 5 seconds in seconds. There we go. Okay. Let me quickly do the rest and then I'm gonna explain everything. Do not worry. Tool. Fruit. Let me take one of these. Handle. Let's move it inside of here. Make sure that this is not anchored. Massless is true. Can't call out as false. And let's get back inside of this harvest script. There we go. And now, local df. We don't even need to do that. Game, get service, replicated storage. Wait for child, fruit, clone, parent, PLR, backpack. Come on, man, backpack. Are you done? Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is done now. This is how it works. I'm gonna explain this. Do not worry. So let's try it out. It should work fine. Okay, we already got a fruit. This respawns too fast. 5 seconds is too low. But yeah, as you can see, I can either receive a fruit or a dull fruit. Why isn't this working anymore? Why can't I click on these? Because of the distance, probably. Probably the distance issue. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the reason why I'm unable to click on these is that the max activation distance is too low. It is at 10. Yeah, okay. But yeah, you guys probably get the idea. So you're basically harvesting these dull fruits right here. So you click on a fruit, and when you're lucky, you receive a dull fruit. And when you're unlucky, you receive the same one again. Nah, but when you're unlucky, you receive a fruit, okay? And this fruit is not a dull fruit. It is just a normal fruit. But yeah, let me explain this to you. So this is the code. And yeah. So we are still keeping this from the last episode, so take a look into it if you guys don't know what this is. And then we have a variable called max harvest respawn time in seconds, and let's actually increase this. Okay, and this is basically the max harvest respawn time. So the amount of time in seconds which takes which the fruit needs to respawn. Okay, but it can also respawn before that, so everything is limited to this math random right here. So wait, let's actually do this now. I'm gonna explain this again when we get to this point. Okay, So let's just move on. Um, what we're doing right here is that we are looping through the workspace, okay? And we are looping through with get descendants. What get descendants does is that compared to get children, so get children just gets all of these, okay? But get descendants gets everything inside of these and everything inside of that and everything. You guys hopefully understand. So everything inside of here, this, everything inside of here, 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 everything, and so on and so on. Okay, I hope you guys understand. Literally gets anything which is inside of the workspace. Okay, and we want to do that because we want to spot the fruits. So if the thing we're currently at, if its name is fruit and if its parent's name is leaves again, then we have successfully spotted the fruit. And that's the reason why it is so important for you to name your fruit and your parent leaves. So to name these red things fruit and this green thing leaves. That's the reason why I've told you to do so. Okay, otherwise it won't work because everything comes down to this check. Now, if you have successfully found a fruit, then we expect every fruit to have a click detector inside. Okay, that's another condition you need to meet. Now, v.click detector mouse click. This happens when you've clicked on the fruit. Okay, and there's this issue with the max activation distance. So that is the distance your character needs to be inside. Otherwise, it will not really notice when you have clicked on the fruit. And PLR is the player who has clicked on the fruit. Okay, so we receive the player as an argument. So this part right is important as well. If these are fruit in this case, if the transparency equals 0. So if this thing is not transparent, not invisible, then we want to do all of these. Okay, so this is basically a check to tell whether the fruit has been used and is about to respawn, or can be used, so can be harvested. If the transparency is at 0, it can be harvested. If the transparency is not at 0, then it was already harvested and needs to respawn. Okay, now right here, the idea is still the same. We have a table which we're going to fill up with 100 entries. And we still have this, okay? You guys know that this fills up the chances, okay, inside of that table. Now, the only difference is that it does not fill all of the 100 entries. It only fills 25, so only a quarter. And the rest is going to be our fruit. Okay? So when I print out the table, let me print it out so you guys understand what I'm saying right here. So only a quarter contains all of these rarities, while the rest is fruit. So fruit, 225. Yeah, and as you can see, 25 spots are used for the rarities, and the rest, so 75, is used for fruit. So you have a 25% chance to actually harvest adult fruit, and a 75% chance to harvest basic fruit right here. If you want to change that, then you have to change this number, okay? So you have to increase it to decrease the amount of percentage and chances to harvest adult fruit successfully. And this will automatically adapt. So this fills up the first 25 spots. 25 because we are dividing it by 4. So the first 25 spots are filled up with rarities, as you can see right here. And then this is another loop, which loops from 1 to 75 in this case. So basically the amount of entries inside of this table, which is 25 after this code is done. Okay, 100 minus 25 is 75. So 1 to 75, so it fills up the rest until it has reached 100 with fruit. Okay, so this is responsible for this part right here. While the part above, so these 25, are the result of this. Okay. Now what happens right here is still the same. We are still having this peak rarity thing I've explained on the last episode. And if our peak rarity is fruit, then we just want to clone the fruit from the replicated storage. So game get service replicated storage, wait for child fruit, clone, parent, player backpack. So we are cloning it and then we are parenting it, means we are putting it inside of the player's backpack. And that's the reason why I've created this fruit tool earlier, so that we have a fruit tool, okay? But you cannot do anything with it. So you can modify it in your game if you want to, I don't know, if you eat it that you receive more stamina or more health whatsoever. That is up to you. And else is the different case, so all of the other cases. So if pick rarity is not fruit, then it has to be one of these rarities. And then we are just going to continue as we have done before. Then we have the second stage pick right here. So pick fruit, it then picks the fruit. You guys already know it. And then we have to refer to the fruit. Then we are checking if the fruit exists. And then the difference is that we are not spawning it inside of the workspace or inside of that folder, but we are cloning the fruit directly. And we are parenting it inside of the player's backpack. Okay? And right here, this is responsible for the fruit on the tree right here to disappear. So we have a tween service, and what a tween service does is that it basically creates a transition from one state into another. In this case, we have the first state, which is that the fruit is visible to us, and then the second state is that the fruit is invisible to us. And what the tween service does is that it tweens from the first to the second stage. It means it fades the fruit's transparency from 0 to 1 within 1 second. In a linear style, the direction is out and transparency is at 1. Takes 1 second. And also the first argument is the instance you're doing this to. The second one, tween info, well, you can consider them as the settings maybe. So the wait time, as you can see, time and number. And then easing style, there is a Roblox Dev Hub article on all of the easing styles and all of the easing directions and all of the differences. So I like to use linear and out. The third argument is a table containing all of the properties you want to change, means the second state. So how is your second state defined? And it is defined that the transparency in our second state is 1. That's the reason why we're doing it. And then you have to play it after you have created it. Okay, that is very important. Now, what does a coroutine do right here? Coroutine resume, coroutine create function. So what does this do? It makes this code right here run in the background, okay? So this wait is not gonna pause the script or interrupt anything. It is gonna run in the background. And what we're doing right here is that we are basically waiting a certain amount of seconds until this fruit is not transparent, so visible to us again, and then it is again able to pass this check. So the wait time is a random number in between our max harvest respawn time divided by 2 and our max harvest respawn time. So in this case, around 10 and 20 seconds. Okay, and then you can change this as you want to. So that is up to you. And I've just realized that I haven't explained this coroutine in the original spawner right here. Let me just quickly do that. So I haven't really explained this part, okay? But it should be clear to you. So when this line makes this run in the background, then you guys know that this wait is not going to interrupt this script or pause it whatsoever, okay? So this part is going to run in the background. That is just what I wanted to quickly add because I forgot to explain it, so I've just realized it right here while explaining this. But yeah, and that is basically how you create the harvest system. Okay, so this is a second way of making the fruits spawn, guys. Now with that being said, thanks for watching. See ya.